All right, guys, we're going to start the next step of this. We're going to be putting the BTR Trinity port injection manifold. I got FIC injectors, BTR fuel rail, bunch of fuel line fittings. I've been running the stock manifold forever. There's nothing done to it except for move the IAT sensor here. Everything else is stock here. And it's been working. It makes good power, goes fast. It hasn't cracked yet. I hit a max of like 18 PSI screwing around once and no issues. So in order to put the new manifold on here, might have to relocate the coils. These use the factory mounts here with these brackets right there and right there. These are custom wires that were a fortune. I don't want to reorder those, and they have to stay away from the hot side too. So that'll be interesting. Cold side, man, I hope it just lines up. I doubt it. I might have to get this cold side pipe changed or added a little section. We'll see what it looks like when I get it up there. One thing I am going to do is send the injectors out and get them cleaned and flowed and make sure that those are fine. I think that's about it. So let me start tearing into this thing and get back to you. All right, I'm gonna do this first. So just because I want to see, I might be able to leave the cold side as is. This is so close on how the alignment is of the throttle bodies. I got to take this one off, but that is very, very close. So I'm hoping the rubber coupler can make that up. As things low, that's why people like it. It fits under the stock hood, looks good, comes with all the bolts. I got the EVAP. Got to pass emissions, streetcar. One thing I love to see is that it has the bosses for the clips. So I'm hoping my custom coil brackets can bolt right up. I don't have to screw with that. Nice ports there. The gaskets got single gaskets for each of the runners. And then it looks like it's got new bolts and some barb stuff, and then a throttle body gasket, and then more intake gaskets. Oh, you know what? Because these separate, that's what that is. You can unbolt these. So the gaskets are for the inside of the manifold here, and then the manifold to the head here. I'm going to test fit it on there and see how it works. All right, pulled the manifold off. Everything looks pretty clean in here. I'll give you a quick look. Shit, I don't even know if you can see it. Big boy heads. These are the LT4 with the K-Tech machining for dual manifolds. See the two holes there? Or something metal. Oh my god, stupid ass. So they're there. LT4 and LT1 holes. I don't think they do that machining anymore. I don't know why. It works good. So these are LT4 heads for the LT4 motor. And these were worked over by Weapon X. And then I sent them to K-Tech after that for that machining. All I had to do was plug the LT4 holes for my LT1 manifold. I don't know if the BTR has LT4 or LT1. But either way, I can use it. So I'm just going to clean them up, throw some rags in there, pull the injectors out, and see if everything's going to go. I always get asked why I have the stock Valley cover. It works. I could get a fancy K-Tech or Motion or whatever name brand, you know, like the Bullet black one or the polished billet. But this one works. I did have to modify it for the turbo here, so I drilled and tapped it. That way I still have a stock sensor, oil pressure sensor, and then the feed for the turbo side. This did open up nice for the catch cans up here, so I'm hoping I can keep all this stuff. But yeah, everything looks good. I'm gonna just wipe it down a little bit, vacuum it up, pull the injectors out. All right, I just finished
tapping, drilling and tapping the holes that I need. These holes come, but they're not tapped all the way through, and it leaves a lot of the thread sticking out. So I usually like to run them in a little bit more. I had to drill and tap this one bigger for my IAT breakout. So that goes into there, and the throttle body. EVAP, had to drill that, and then you get this fancy little adapter. Just for fun, I got a new solenoid or a purge valve. This manifold had like glue stuck in it. It was stuck on the top of it down here. So I've been cleaning it out. Obviously, after you drill and tap, you gotta clean them, but everything else looks really good on this. Map sensor and then brake booster on the back. Again, I use Teflon tape and the blue pipe dope. I just started doing that on everything just because. So now I'm going to put the O-rings on the runners, and I'll bolt all those in. This looks really nice. Everything looks real nice there. All right, here's the coil brackets I made. I decided to use the valve cover bolts. I think that's the best place to mount them. I was gonna go up into the manifold runner or use the fuel rail bolts, but I don't want the fuel rails to hold anything more than what they're just supposed to do. So bent them up and fit in there real nice. The coils fit on there. This side's real easy. Let me see. We're just gonna mount up like that. Plenty of room on the bottom. And then let me put it all together and I'll show you. All right, here it is all done. I just let it run for like 5 minutes. No leaks. Everything's working out good. Everything fit. Started in the front here, cold side, mounted right up. That fit really well. I had to put a new IAT sensor, drill and tap that for the bung. This side, drill and tap that bigger for AN fitting. And this is my boost reference line. That comes this way, sensors around, and goes down to the Motion Raceworks block down there. That bolts right to the LT heads, in case you guys didn't know, the bolt pattern, it's super slick there. Over here, push lock on the factory valve cover up into my catch can system here. Again, Motion, -10 from each valve cover. All right, on this side, made a new coil bracket. Kind of funky how these are kind of angled, but that'll work for now. Left the harness underneath here, goes underneath the bracket, and then the coils come up on the back side. This is the harness for the two-step that the stock coils go into. It's still hot. Everything else here is pretty similar to how it was before. In the back here, you'll see my crossover here for the fuel, goes into the flex fuel back there. After I put it all together, I took it back out because I got rid of the copper 90 barb fitting and I put an AN in there for my brake booster. That goes over here into a check valve tucked back there, right there, to keep boost from going into the booster system. The map is back there too. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. 3-bar map. Over here, fuel side. This goes down to the high pressure fuel pump underneath there with a 120 degree -6 fitting. Over on this side, a new coil bracket, very similar to what I had before. It's actually better because there's no, there was too much slack in the lines before, or in the wires before. Over here, this is the feed. All AN PTFE coming into here, tees off, feeds both rails, and then goes back into the port back here. Push lock on the vent for the gas tank. That runs around nice here. And push lock into the EGR. Can you see that? Not really. BTR sells that for cars that still have EGR. And then the wire clips into that there. Oh, this is close, but it fits. For my oil, everything else is pretty good so far. I have to mount my 2-step box. That's just sitting there right now. I think I'm gonna mount it up here again, but I think it turned out pretty good. Looks good, everything fits. Car fired right up. No leaks. I'm gonna re-torque the manifold tomorrow just to make sure, 89 inch-pounds. Other than that, though, put some miles on it and get it on the dyno. And then wait for the DSX controller to come out, or so I can get one. I know a couple people have them. What I'm thinking in the meantime is to plug these, just get pigtails from Amazon, just to keep any crap from going on those these injectors. I don't want anything going in there, so yeah, there it is, guys.